has only continued to grow. Murray was sainted by the Episcopal Church in 2012. And that's a fact. For these stories and more, go to BINnews.com. The source for Black news.
The Black Information, the Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm John Marshall.
And I'm Bree Wood on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Latasha Smith says she was lying in bed on December 11th when a bullet came through her wall and struck her in the arm. The Black Information Network's Morgan Wood has more on this story.
After running outside, she saw Mississippi Capitol police officers walking through her complex. An internal investigation that has not been made public put the MCP officer who shot the bullet on administrative leave, but has since returned the officer to active status. Little to no information has been released from the Mississippi Department of Public Safety. Smith, who lives in a predominantly black neighborhood, says she couldn't picture the same shooting happening in a predominantly white neighborhood. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network. A suspect in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse accepted a plea agreement from U.S. federal prosecutors on Friday. According to the plea agreement, Rodolphe Yar pled guilty in U.S. federal court to 3 counts involving providing material support, including personnel and services in a conspiracy to kidnap and kill Moïse. Yar has agreed to be sentenced by a judge as a part of the plea deal, and the maximum sentence for each of the 3 counts is life in prison.
School officials in Muskego, Wisconsin have cleared their students of claims of racism, but the school district says it will create some new rules going forward. Muskego's investigation said it didn't find any racism in the students' outfits that were worn during a basketball game, and said no one else heard the monkey noises that were allegedly being chanted from the students. As for the dust graffiti of swastikas in the locker room, Muskego School says no one knows just when it was written. Muskego is promising to check locker rooms before games going forward and to communicate theme nights with visiting teams so they know what to expect.
And a report last December by Haitian Inspectorate of Prisons found that the method by which prisoners report incidents of racism cannot be trusted. People in prison who believe they have been victims of racism can submit discrimination incident reporting forms. The report found that black prisoners were reluctant to use the DIRT system and had little faith in its values.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Upheld. In response to the HMIP report, the prison service pledged that over the next 3 to 6 months, it would carry out a, quote, comprehensive review of our complaints and grievance processes, procedures, and forms as they relate to discrimination incident reporting, end quote.
In 2020, King County and Washington State declared racism as a public health crisis. The Black Information Network's Natasha Williams will tell us how the county is fighting back.
This led to the allocation of $25 million in federal funds to invest in community-led organizations, nonprofit groups, or businesses that are dismantling systemic racism. The 4 different grant opportunities are open to individuals living in King County who identify as indigenous people directly impacted by settler colonization within the U.S. borders. To learn more on the grant opportunities and deadlines, visit kingcounty.gov. I'm Natasha Williams on the Black Information Network.
I'm John Marshall along with Bree Wood on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. If 100,000 BIN listeners were able to advance their careers or succeed in a new one, it would be one step towards building a better future for all of us. To learn more about the 100,000 Careers Initiative, visit careerbuilder.com/BIN.
Black news all day, every day.
The power of information. Bay Area's BIN 910. Your money on the Black Information Network.
How would you like to avoid paying overdraft fees? Well, the first thing you can do is opt out of any covers the bank offers to cover purchases that would make your account overdrawn. Number 2, you can switch to a bank that does not charge overdraft fees. Makes sense, right? Like the Capital One 360 checking account, the Alliant Credit Union high rate checking, the Access Bank reward checking, or the Betterment checking account. A lot of the banks offering no overdraft fees are online accounts, but the number of banks doing away with overdraft fees is growing, and we will talk more about that later in the week. But for now, if you find one of your accounts in the negative, simply call the bank, explain what caused the temporary hardship, and ask that the overdraft charge be removed. And finally, remember to keep an eye on your finances by using your bank's mobile app. You can also link your primary account to another credit card or savings account to prevent overdraft fees. You can also set up alerts from your bank to notify you if your account balance is low. minutes past each hour. I'm Nicole Hill on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Black journalism at work.
Because truth matters.
The Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Bree Wood.
And I'm John Marshall on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Angel Pittman of Southbury, North Carolina, first made news a few months ago after buses she purchased, hoping to turn them into mobile hair salons, were vandalized with racial slurs. Angel had a message for the vandals.
You did, that's what you did. So the students get out hate, you will always get it.
Her story gained international attention when the Guardian newspaper, a London-based publication, recently posted a piece about it. A GoFundMe page that was set up for her has now surpassed her original goal of $80,000. Since the Guardian reports police in Rowan County are taking another look at Angel's case, the sheriff's office issued a statement saying after further review of the deputy's report and body cam footage, they will open an investigation.
African-American entrepreneur Marvina Thomas is making history in the state of Arizona. She's the founder and CEO of 420 Collections, a cannabis company that offers a variety of CBD-infused products, including skincare and medical. Last week, Thomas became the first black woman in Arizona to own and operate a dispensary. She acquired a vertically integrated medical dispensary license in Safford, Arizona. She also has a license in New Mexico, making her one of the first women of color to be a multi-state operator. Medium platform Triller is celebrating Women's History Month by elevating black women in music. Triller's CEO says they are not only about promoting new African-American women artists, but helping to bridge the gap between some of our legendary artists like Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle and new fans. Triller founded the Assembly for Black Creators, a network of black influencers that educates creators about the entertainment industry. It also allows them to control and monetize their own content.
And African-American Latasha Jones of Dayton, Ohio, has an extraordinary story of going from homelessness to owning her own business that ensures she can help take care of others. Latasha and her young son spent some time being homeless due to their rental home being deemed uninhabitable. She was able to move in with her sister, who loaned her the money to start her dream business in childcare. Jones has always had a heart for children and started the business with the Butler County Educational Service Center and Miami Valley Child Development Center. The assistance they've provided helps her to connect families in need with resources, offering in-home childcare to parents who had to work or go to school. I'm Bree Wood, along with John Marshall, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com. Now here's Mike Moore with your Washington Roundup.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby is defending President Biden's ordering airstrikes in response to a string of recent Iranian-backed attacks on U.S. bases in Syria. Appearing on CBS's Face the Nation, Kirby stressed the administration's commitment to protecting U.S. troops. He said Biden reacted swiftly and boldly to the attack that claimed the life of a U.S. contractor. And now this. The House of Representatives is moving forward on a bill that would ban TikTok in the U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tweeted that the legislation will protect Americans from the technological tentacles of the Chinese Communist Party. McCarthy's tweet comes after the CEO of TikTok testified before a bipartisan House committee. Now, the committee also expressed concerns about children's safety, noting posts about dangerous challenges and harming themselves. And that's your Washington Roundup. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 News source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America N.A.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 is powered in partnership with Direct Relief and Chevy. Thank you for partnering with a purpose on the Black Information Network. Looking for ways to get involved? The National Urban League works to provide economic empowerment, educational opportunities, and the guarantee of civil rights
District Attorney Alvin Bragg to spill the details on his criminal investigation against former President Trump.
That has no business being litigated in a local district attorney's office.
Appearing on CNN's State of the Union, the Kentucky Republican defending an attempt by House GOP to get Bragg to bring Congress into his investigation of possible financial criminal charges against the former president involving hush money paid to adult film actress Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. Comer said he believes the case is politically motivated and the Manhattan DA would not be pursuing it if Trump were not running for president.
Stacey Abrams is known as a masterful community organizer for her efforts to turn out voters that secured 2 Senate seats for Democrats in Georgia. She ran for governor twice and lost both times, but now is focusing on power as senior counsel for the nonprofit Rewiring America to help thousands of people across the country wean their homes and businesses off fossil fuels in favor of electricity. Low-income neighborhoods and communities of color continue to struggle with inefficient appliances that increase pollution, leading to public health issues like asthma. Scientists have warned about the need to curb greenhouse gas emissions and prevent a global crisis.
Police in Kenya on high alert, bracing for more anti-government protests as the opposition calls for demonstrations twice a week while inflation continues to climb. A police ban is in place, but opposition leader Raila Odinga urging Kenyans to protest even after they became violent last week and immobilized parts of the capital, Nairobi. There were conflicts between riot police and demonstrators in the city and in opposition strongholds in western Kenya.
After a violent crackdown on migrants in Tunisia sparked a desperate exodus by smuggler boats for Italy, many African nationals are still homeless, unemployed, and subject to racist attacks. Outside the United Nations Refugee Agency, dozens of migrants protested near the temporary camp where they've lived with their children since authorities urged landlords to force them out. President Kais Saied said illegal immigration was a criminal conspiracy that changed the region's demography, which the African Union says is hate speech.
Marking International Day to remember the victims and the transatlantic slave trade. U.S. Secretary General Antonio Guterres honoring the millions of Africans sold into slavery, saying it helps to restore dignity to people who were so mercilessly stripped of it. For more than 400 years, over 13 million Africans were trafficked across the Atlantic Ocean in what the Secretary General called the evil enterprise of enslavement. Human rights activist Paul Rusesabagina is free from Rwandan prison after 2 years. He's credited with saving over 1,000 people during the Rwandan genocide, with the story portrayed in the 2004 film Hotel Rwanda, where he was played by Don Cheadle. Rusesabagina was arrested back in 2020 in Rwanda on charges of terrorism, although the circumstances surrounding the arrest and trial were questioned. I'm Terry McCready along with Kevin Brown on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
This is Scott and Beyond for Practical Parenting. These are challenging times. It's difficult to manage emotions and feelings in light of what's happened in Minneapolis, Atlanta, Louisville, and so many other places. But how are your kids handling these things?
Psychologist Dr. Nikisha Hammond has some tips for Black parents to manage racism at home. Have continuous conversations with your children about racism, the role of police, and how everything is impacting your family. If you have teenagers, chances are they're exposed to all sorts of traumatic social media images. To let them know your values and emphasize you'll be a source of support for them. Make sure they understand that their voice matters.
It's okay to let them know you don't have the solutions to everything related to racism. Do the best you can to stay educated on how to best help your children. Also, take care of yourself so you can be the most supportive parent possible. Race-related stress will affect you and affect your relationships with your children. This is Scott and Dion on the Black Information Network.
When you need to know.
This is where Black news comes from. The Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910. The former CEO of failed Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank are being called to testify before Congress. The Senate Banking Committee wants answers about what led to the bank's failures. The 2 executives indicated they won't attend a March 28th hearing, but lawmakers urged them to testify before the panel at a later date.
When our paycheck is under attack, what do we do?
In California,
California, hundreds of middle and high school teachers marched and chanted outside of Oakland City Hall during a demonstration over contract negotiations with the school district. NBC Bay Area reports teachers are frustrated that contract negotiations have been going on since October. Teachers tell the station there's a big gap between what the teachers want and what the district is proposing. The station reports teachers are concerned about class size, possible school closures, and mergers. Vanessa Brooks is a black grandmother who came out to support.
For me, as a grandparent and has kids that came up through Oakland schools, I support the fact that we got to pay our teachers. They're there supporting our students.
Teachers accuse OUSD of bargaining in bad faith because of canceled meetings and failure to address the union's proposals. That's the sound of construction workers fixing the areas of 3rd Street Bridge at McCovey Cove in San Francisco. 3 60-foot deck barges were adrift, colliding with the bridge after recent storms and high winds caused them to break free. The area was closed to boats. Officials say they are assessing the damage to the walkways on the bridge that took the bulk of the damage.
You see that it's very badly buckled there. A couple of the steel beams that are supporting just that sidewalk portion got crunched by the barges and bent.
The U.S. Coast Guard is responding to many navigation hazards created by the recent storms. Several docks with vessels, still more to them, broke loose and were adrift in the Oakland estuary area. Former Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti has been sworn in as the U.S. Ambassador to India. Vice President Kamala Harris led the swearing-in ceremony in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Senate recently confirmed Garcetti's nomination nearly 2 years after President Biden picked him for the position. Biden then re-nominated him in January after the confirmation process stalled. California conflicting survival restrictions and air conditions dramatically improved this winter. California is increasing the deliveries in the state water project to 75% and removing some restrictions. California Governor Gavin Newsom says there's still an underground water deficit and there are still drought issues with the Colorado River. That means some other restrictions will remain in place, including outdoor watering at commercial buildings. And finally, the Oakland Zoo is on the hunt for 3 exotic birds. 6 escaped when heavy winds sent a large tree crashing down on their aviary. Workers found 3 birds, including an endangered African hooded vulture. I'm Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910.
Looking for ways to support your community? The United Negro College Fund is one of the nation's leading advocates for the importance of minority education and community engagement. Lend your support at uncf.org.
The power of information.
Black news here and now.
The Bay Area's BIN 910.
A special thank you to Lowe's Home Improvement,
A proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network. iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with John Legend to find out which artist in music today inspires him most.
Well, I'm a big fan of Frank Ocean's album, Channel Orange. I think it's a beautiful album, and it was inspiring as an artist to see someone with that level of creativity and virtuosity when it comes to his lyrics and his writing ability. I just felt like that was an inspiring album for me, and it's just exciting to see him blossom as an artist.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more of John Legend and all your favorite artists.
I'm Vanessa Tyler. We're celebrating the brilliance of Black women this Women's History Month and highlighting the ingenuity of Monique Rodriguez, who launched and grew Mael Organics into a top national brand. A cosmetics company was just purchased by D&G Beauty. The Black Information Network recognizes Monique Rodriguez as a phenomenal Black woman leader, helping take Black businesses to a new level of success. Stories that matter. With almost 2 weeks before the Chicago mayoral runoff election, both candidates busy on the campaign trail.
To the Black community, Amazon is finally getting hip to customers who give negative ratings to Black contracted delivery drivers.
24/7 news you can trust.
In Louisville, Kentucky, Black residents are standing against being pushed out by gentrification.
Is on the Black Information Network.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 and on the iHeartRadio app. Want to make even smarter health decisions? Turn to the person who knows you best. You.
Your DNA can help answer health questions you might not even be asking. And with 23andMe